age. I know
You'll
not
get there
when you
soon
speak.
enough.
It's kind of an attitude.
I'm too young to understand what age is.
A youngin', huh?
Let me send you a PM.
Oh, I'm going to squash this gnome, man.
If you're
Little man.
squeamish, don't read it.
Sorry. You
Back,
calling me
everybody.
little dwarf? I hope you like whoopee cushions.
I'm not the dwarf.
Ah. Oh yes.
I know,
I'm
right?
packing a
That's gonna
can of
matter.
whoopee tonight.
Looks like we may be experimenting PvP in a tabletop game pretty soon tonight.
Well, if everybody decides to gang up on the gnome, he's gonna have to place a whole load of whoopee cushions.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and get started. So you guys can go ahead and introduce just your character name and who you are in the Twitch stream so people know who you are. And if you want to just kind of RP it up a little bit and tell us a quick little background about your character. But you guys are all recruits of the Stormwind Army.
I appear to have Garn's character sheet.
Alright, so you guys can real quick introduce your characters for everyone so they know, so they can put the Twitch name to the voice. Hey Vicious, what's up, man?
I think Garn should go first.
Well, my name is Cisnguy, and I'm playing Garn, the dwarf axeman. We're gonna whoop up on him tonight.
I'm Mistariah. I am playing this lovely tricksy rogue Grobic tonight. I don't know how to get to my character sheet. I'll figure that out in just a moment. But I'm Trixie, and that's how I plan to play it.
You can actually say Grobica if you want to kind of add like a little female twist to the character name, Grobica,
Grobica.
or whatever.
My name shall be pronounceless.
By all means, Elf.
Anyone else?
Dave, where are the character sheets?
It is on the second tab there for you. Looks like a postcard. Top right hand side, it looks like a postcard with a stamp on it.
Dave, I've got Garn's character sheet. I need Jared's.
We're gonna do this backwards, but it's okay. I'll go ahead and do Jared. Got him. I'm a druid healer, and I can't hardly figure out how to cast magic, but Dave's gonna help.
Let me I'll switch it up for you guys.
Oh, sorry, just leave it. Leave it. Let's go.
All right. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, good.
No biggie. I'm good.
I think we're all going to gravitate towards him being Garn anyway. That lovely thick accent and all.
All right, so this is what happened in the first game. The first game was you guys were all part of a new regiment that is being assembled for the Stormwind Army out of Stormwind, of course. Now, the whole purpose of this regiment being put together was basically there's a lot of conspiring and there's a lot of planning that's going on to raid the Black Rock Mountains. And there's several old evils, Ragnaros and Nefarian, that have actually teamed up, and actually even with the Iron Dwarves, the Dark Iron Dwarves, have all teamed together and put their powers together, their resources, and they're amassing an army to unleash on the world of Azeroth. And so the gnomes, the humans, the night elves, they've all united, and they're assembling these armies to infiltrate the Black Rock Mountains. And you guys are one of these regiments. And part of your training, a lot of your you guys were in school a little bit longer, but the rest of your regiment has already been basically trained in the Northshire Valley, and they've already been sent off to the Searing Gorge and the Thorium Point and all the other places to where they're massing this massive army to infiltrate the mountains. So you guys are sort of like the last group that's being trained. So resources are thin all throughout, not only Elwyn Forest, but Westfall, Darkshire, Red Ridge Mountains. So all these other lesser evils that have always really been kept in check, the Knolls, the Defias Brotherhood, all of these are starting to now take advantage of the military presence in the areas are pretty much non-existent now. So you guys were on your way to Northshire to finish your training before you go to the mountains. So as you meet Deputy Wilhelm, he tells you that Marshal McBride, which was basically the head military personnel head military sergeant, whatever you want to call him, of Northshire Abbey, he needed to speak to you. And there was basically a lot of things being missing the past couple nights, and this was still at Northshire. And there was a lot of supplies starting to turn up missing. So several months back, Marshal McBride tells you that they ran out Gug Fat Candle. And Gug Fat Candle he's a kobold. And he has sort of like a small tribe of kobolds that actually were in the Echo Ridge mine for quite a while, but then they were kicked out, and it seems now that they're back, now that the military presence is out of the Shire, out of the Northshire Abbey. So he needed you to go into the Echo Ridge mine, take care of this kobold problem, and you guys were successful. All of the supplies were found, they were brought back, and there was also some mysterious pink liquid type of potions that were found. They were actually found on Gug Fat Candle, and there was actually a piece of parchment that was found as well, and it actually read. It was in Goblin. It was translated, and it was a parchment that was thanking Gug for his generosity and to enjoy these new elixirs. And it says, there are more to come. And then it actually had the seal of the Gnomes, which was from Hogger. There was also a parchment that was found out in the vineyards there. Millie Osworth. She also found a parchment that was probably 2 to 3, 4 months old, and it was a blank parchment because of the age and the sun beating down on it, but it also had the seal of Hogger as well. Now, another thing that was kind of crazy about this was on this parchment as well, there was something about a gold tooth that was supplying basically materials to make these strange elixirs, and Gug was possibly using them. He may have used them, he may not have, but basically there were more to come, and that's pretty much all you guys knew of that. So you guys finished disposing of the kobolds. You went back to Northshire. Marshal McBride thanked you. He wanted you to continue your training, and you will. Lane Bashir and Brother Paxton, those are the 2 trainers that are left in the Abbey. They'll be taking care of your training, but there was one other thing that McBride needed you to do, and McBride needed you to make a quick travel to Goldshire. I mean, hell, everybody knows where Goldshire is. It's a small town. It's got a population of around 7,000 people. Well, Marshal McBride, his longtime fellow colleague and military companion, Marshal Dughan, is in need of assistance on a personal matter. And to go back to the military presence being so thin and strawn out, and the massive presence in Black Rock Mountains, that Marshal Dughan's having a problem, because he's starting to have the Defias Brotherhood starting to encroach back into his lands. The Gnolls, also more kobolds, and he's supposedly having a problem with Merlocks as well. Now, this is pretty much where we left off, and we'll go ahead and we'll continue it to where you guys are still at the Abbey. But that has pretty much caught you guys caught up to speed, and I hope it wasn't too long-winded, but that's pretty much the story so far. And you guys have these 2 mysterious potions, and you guys are just starting to, and yet you have them in your possession. You have the the parchment, the little log book that you had from Goldtooth as well. So you guys are at the Abbey, and you were instructed by Marshal McBride to seek out Marshal Dughan, his longtime military companion in Goldshire, and once you take care of, this is a new morning now, and he told you that if you can get done early enough, feel free to take a day of R&R at the Lion's Pride Inn, and he'll see you back in the morning to start your training, to get you ready for to die. I mean, to fight in Blackrock Mountains.
Vixen doesn't die for nobody.
Have we done anything to try to identify what the pink potions are?
No, not yet, actually. You have not.
I think we should start there with a kind of an arcane check.
Alright, sounds good. I would like for you to give me an arcane check. So, real quick, I'm sorry about this, guys. On your character sheet, you'll see on the Abilities and Tributes tab, when you click on the sheet, there's a bunch of macros. And you can, actually, what you can do is, you'll be able to click the character, and I'll go ahead and move you guys to another. Actually, I'm just going to pull the characters out real quick. So you guys will have the characters. You'll be able to see that, Bixen's not, what happened to Bixen? What happened to my little gnome mage?
I hope you haven't forgotten about me.
What happened to my little gnome? There we go. I hate it when things like this happen. Alright, so there's the gnome right there, there's a dwarf, there's Grobic, and then there's the night elf. So you guys should let me I gotta actually attach Bixen real quick to the character sheet. Crazy, I thought that was already done, and I apologize about that. Okay, so you should be able to click on Bixen or any other character sheet, well, any other token on the map, and you should be able to see macros pop up above you. So the initiative is pretty self-explanatory. It will literally automatically throw the initiative into the tracker, so you won't have to worry about that. Now the save/check macros, you can see, when you click on that macro, it will pull up 2 questions for you. So if you're doing we'll say if you're doing a perception check, when you hit the button, it'll say what type of save or check type, and you just type in perception or whatever type of skill you're doing. You hit enter, or you can hit the submit button, and then it'll ask you for the ability or skill modifier. And on your character sheet, you'll see that everything is pretty well organized to where it will have all of the total modifiers, and then all you have to do is put the number. You don't have to put +3, and then you can either hit submit or hit enter. And also, one other thing about the character sheet is, like I'm looking at Bixen right now, you can you'll see all these purple words. These are all links. So if you click on, say, you can click on strength. when you click on strength, it basically opens up the information from the player's handbook, and it tells you everything about strength. So this sheet pretty much eliminates you from having to open up books to find anything else. So, if you want to do, say you want to do a appraise skill check, all you have to do is click on appraise, and then enlarge the handout, and you can actually read everything about the skills and everything. So it's pretty it's definitely new player friendly. So, and for Bixen and for Gerard, you guys have spells at the very bottom of y'all sheets. You get four 0 level spells, and you get 3 first level spells. And I'm not worried about spell memorization in this game, so all you have to do is click on your Arcanist spellbook, and all of those links between the Arcanist spells and the Mage spells, you can cast Bixen. And everything from the Healer spell list and the Druid spell list is what you can cast Gerard. And like if you want to find out what the first level spell Moonglaive does, all you have to do is click on the list, click on Moonglaive, and it literally pulls up the spell out of the book. And there you go. So you can find out what your spells do. Like I said, I'm not worried about spell memorization or anything like that. The only thing I'm concerned about is just use the amount of spells per day you have. 4 0 level spells, 3 first level. No big deal. It's just a one-shot, so I'm not really worried about every single total rule. The main point is to have fun, not be bogged down by rules. So that's why there's really no equipment. If there's any kind of equipment that you say you want, like I eat a ration or I drink out of my flask, or I throw something on the ground, fine. That's already in your inventory, and that's just part of the whole RP aspect of the game. But pretty much the important things that you have to worry about is pretty much your attack. Your attack is there. It's already been figured out on your sheet. Saving throws, all your defenses, armor class, all that stuff is there in the total column. So, and all your skill checks. Like I'm looking at Grobix. He gets +5 to hit or +6 to hit against orcs. And that's using his sickle. And then he gets a +3 damage bonus. So there you go. Simple. It's pretty simple. So if you guys have any questions at all, don't be afraid to ask, because that's why I'm here, is to help you guys out. So all right, so that's pretty much it with the character sheet. So everybody can kind of move their token around, right? And everybody can click on it and see the macros pop up and everything. I just saw Bixen fly across.
Dave?
Yes.
I don't believe I can move my token around.
Oh, because you have the measurement turned on. You have to click on the select move all the way back up top. Once you
well, there you go.
Yeah, you always have to have select, and that always got me. When I first started using Roll20, I'd be using that measurement tool, and I'm like, God damn it, why can't I click on my token anymore? But always make sure you have the very top selected, the selector move. So there you go.
Fabulous.
All right. So you guys are at the Northshire Abbey. It's a new morning, and you guys are expected in Goldshire pretty soon. You guys are supposed to see good old Marshal Dughan.
I know someone else in my party was mentioning it, but I too would like to take a closer look at these lovely pink vials. And
That's right.
I figure I probably have some proficiency with poisons, so can I look it over and see if it might, appeal to me? Does it look like a poison to me?
You can give me you can go ahead and give me isn't there I don't think there's really, it would probably be a craft check in 3.5 or this game, but we'll just say that you can do an arcane check, and we'll just see that if you recognize anything.
Garn's not really interested unless it's ale, so...
Mikey Potter and
he's not bothered about
Decal15.
them.
Thank you for the follows, Decal15 and Mikey Potter. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
So under the ability skill modifier, I have a +1, so I'll just put 1 in that box.
That would be it. Nice roll, Cisnguy. Alright, so as both Cisnguy and you, Mistariah, you guys are looking at this potion, and Cisnguy has something come to his mind, and you think that it's not a poison, because you were kind of persistent, maybe thinking that it was a poison, Mistariah. But it's not. It's some kind of the thing that you could tell about this Cisnguy is this is well beyond your capabilities of any kind of potion or elixir creation. But you know that this is definitely some kind of enhancement, but you just don't know. I mean, this is using the only ingredient that you can tell that this is possibly using is probably like a grave moss or a king's blood or life root, which is actually a really rare herb.
Enhancement.
Mm-hmm.
Vixen enjoys enhancements. Vixen enjoys enhancements of any kind. He always wanted a bigger head.
Yeah, so this isn't a real rule-heavy game, guys. This is just more fun.
I would be careful,
and
though. These are for gnolls, and you never know what sort of adverse effects they may have for non-gnolls.
Well,
As if
gnolls value strength over pretty much everything else, so it's a good bet or something like that.
I would be surprised if gnolls even know how to remove the cork from the bottle.
Shots fired on the gnolls.
We're also, it sounds like there might be this Goldtooth who's been supplying the materials, so if we want to know a little bit more about it, it might not hurt to find out more about Goldtooth.
I wonder if his teeth are actually made from gold.
Well, Marshal Dughan will know about that. We'll need to head to Goldshire to see him. Plus, they're expecting us.
I'm up for that. Let's go.
Indeed, short of drinking the potion, I think we've found out what we can.
You can drink the potion if you'd like. I mean, you can drink it if you'd like. There's nothing saying you can't drink it.
There's
Don't
nobody
look
at the
at me
Abbey.
like that.
There's nobody at the Abbey that could possibly identify this.
You can ask the priest. They can definitely take a look at it for you. There's plenty of priests here in the Abbey. I believe it was priest. I think it was priest. Like all the priests that were up, if you were actually went into Northshire and you went into the Abbey there, I believe it was all priest up top in them little rooms, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken. God, I need to open up a free account or something. That one level 1 to 20 stuff and go look around. I need to. I'm trying to do all this on memory, so if something's wrong, I apologize.
There was a Brother Paxson you mentioned.
Yeah, Brother Paxson. He's I believe he's the trainer for magic and healing.
I would like to try an identify spell on one of these potions.
Okay, sure.
So I'm going to use my mage hand to snatch the potion from Grobica. And so, give me that, child. You know what you're doing. And I cast identify on the potion.
All right. So you cast identify on this potion, and this is a potion. What you're able to reveal with your spell is this is a very, very, high type of caliber of, knowledge to create this potion. Now, what you're able to find out is this will actually literally change your appearance. This potion. It will.
Here, Grobica, this is very high level magic. Something that gnolls would never understand.
And especially
I believe
with your knowledge,
is a transfiguration.
It is definitely something. And the only thing that comes to your mind is there's like this old ancient, well, I don't want to say ancient, there's this old myth of a noggin fogger elixir. And you're thinking possibly this could be a noggin fogger elixir because there's really nothing that you can remember that would change the appearance of anything or anyone except for this mysterious, old wise tale of a noggin fogger elixir. And it was, created by goblins and gnomes. That's what the old wise tale is about it.
I will relay to the group that this is quite a very special potion indeed. Come around, come around. You see, there was once a time where goblins were actually quite intelligent. They developed a sort of potion called Noggin Vega.
Fumarang, thank you
And
very
this
much for the
would
follow.
change the appearance of anybody who drank it.
Now, to what that appearance is going to be, you really don't know. Or actually, even lore and old text, they can't even. You remember as you're reading, in your studies, that really it's just supposed to change appearance, and that's all that you know. So, do you
He
guys
looks at the dwarf and thinks it would probably be an improvement.
do you guys know in the channel what a noggin fogger elixir
I
The
is?
definitely-
dwarf just stares at the gnome.
You don't
This
know what
is-
I'm thinking.
Why are all three of you looking at me?
No, I don't think much can improve that smug look.
Ha ha ha.
Well, Agravica
Gotcha.
is definitely intrigued by this potion and thinks it is a bit too valuable for the hands of Gerard. So I'd like to go up to him and distract him if I could. Say, "Oh yeah, the noggin fogger. I've heard of these. I think I had something about that right here." And while I'm reaching into my pack, do a sleight of hand and try to take back that potion that he so rudely stole from me.
Yeah, because his mage hand is holding it up. Actually, the mage hand is turning it around for him, and he was looking at it. Yeah, here you see. So yeah, you can try a sleight of hand on that.
I'm really quite happy with my appearance. Here, you carry the potion.
Right.
Aye, less
Um,
squabbling over greenskin made potions. Let's get to Goldshire, folks. Come on.
Daylight's burning.
He was going to give it back to you, but now you're trying to take it, and I assume he saw you.
Actually, I want you to give me a perception check. So, I believe it would be perception and 3.5 equivalent. So,
I
don't think
see
it's
perception
perception.
on-
I think it might be maybe spot or notice. There's too many skills. That is the one thing about 3.5 that I do not like. There's just way too many skills. Way too many. Let's go with a.
Dave.
Yes.
It says it has a DC 10 unless an observer is determined to note where the item went. When characters use this skill under close observation, their skill checks are opposed by observers' spot checks.
Okay, is it spot? So you can go ahead and give me a spot roll. So you can do a skill check, add your spot bonus, and whoever's got the higher roll has the potion. So you don't notice the rogue going right over to you and taking the potion out of the mage hand. So you turn around for a split second, you turn back around to grab the potion, and it's gone. Your mage hands are still there, but the potion's gone.
Ah! Blasted. And to think I was going to give it to you anyway. Never mind. Huh. Let's just get going.
There you go, guys. Sorry about that. Not being able
Fair
to see the
enough,
rolls.
fair enough. Let us move along with our duties for the morning.
Oh, thank you, Death, on
And-
that.
Just to be petty, he's going to use Ghost Sound.
There you go. Sorry, guys. The
He's
rolls
going
are
to
on.
emulate the sound.
My
of
apologies. Too much going on at once.
Passing gas. And it's going to sound right behind her. And he's going to laugh to himself.
So with Brother Paxson, what were you wanting to talk about? Well, talk to Brother Paxson about, actually. Because I think it was you, Mistariah, wanting to consult him possibly about these potions?
I was thinking of doing so, but it sounds like we've got a pretty good identify, so unless the group still thinks it's a wise idea to ask further, I think we've got an idea.
Yeah, the Identify spell actually really revealed a lot about this item, this mysterious pink elixir. Well, greenish pink elixir.
Do not worry, friends. If you have in need of magical talents, I am here.